Akinbohun. You are welcome to The Voice. For today, we are going to discuss what I call the evolution myth. In my previous video, we gave a more ideological perspective about evolution and creation, like the questions of life. That's ideological. But for today, we are going to give a purely scientific perspective. And I'm going to try to be unbiased for some parts of this video. So let's get right to point. Most people have heard the word evolution. It's a common word, and to the average American, an accepted fact. But people must understand what evolution actually is to naturally make conclusions. There are 6 definitions on what the theory of evolution is. First, cosmic evolution, the Big Bang, the origin of space, matter, and time. Second, stellar evolution, the evolution of the stars and stuff like that. I don't believe in that. You know why? Because you can't tell me that hydrogen can evolve into uranium. That's absurd. And then atheists and evolutionists will say, oh, fusion. Then you have the chicken and the egg problem. Did the stars come first? That doesn't make sense. So, and you can't even evolve or fuse past iron. I mean, that wouldn't work. So this is a serious problem. And then even worse is organic evolution. Because if evolution is true, that it must have came from something that's not alive. That's kind of tough. Now we have macroevolution, other species, so one species evolving into another species. Don't believe in that either. And then we have microevolution. That's a fact. I mean, that's just proven. I mean, nobody is gonna argue with that. But what atheists and evolutionists try to portray it as is whenever they bring an incident of evolution, it's always microevolution, not real evolution. So, now that you know what evolution is, now we can have a better and more common sense perspective of these points. So, first we're going to zoom in to cosmology and talk about the conservation of angular momentum and the theory of evolution. Many people haven't heard of the conservation of angular momentum. It has a weird name, and it's very interesting. So, it's kind of what happens when you put some kids on a merry-go-round, and then you have football players spin the merry-go-round. Eventually, those kids are going to go flying. And if that merry-go-round is being spun clockwise, those kids are going to spin clockwise until they reach opposition. So that's basically the same thing with the Big Bang. We have a dot, and it's spinning and spinning and spinning, and then objects are falling off it. But this time, there is no opposition, 0, because nothing exists right now. I mean, this is the only dot in the universe. So, if we have a dot, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Because, why are Mars, Venus, Pluto, rotating backwards there's some speculation about Pluto. Why are 8 out of 91 known moons, rotating backwards? I mean, this just doesn't make sense. There are many reasons to not believe the Big Bang theory. second law of thermodynamics. Most people know about that. You've been to elementary school, you know much about it. Everything tends to our disorder. Fact. I mean, it's just what you see every day. I mean, do nothing and everything is gonna get terrible. Your house, this building, this house, everything, it's going to deteriorate, whether you like it or not. So if this is so true, that means you're probably getting worse. So how could the bacteria become a human? Why do we have how could a bacteria become human? Again, it just can't work. You can't start from here and become here. This is only computer animation. I mean, this bacteria is really small. I mean, devastatingly small. So, that proves evolution is just not possible. Another problem with this theory is organic evolution, and that means that plants and animals must have came from something that's not alive, like this rock. And that's just absurd. I mean, non-living things don't have DNA, non-living things don't have RNA. I mean, how do they even have life? And you know how you can know that if you put molecules together, you can have life? If you put all of the right molecules for life, all together, that's it. If you're able to do it, you wouldn't have a living being. I'm telling you, if you have a cell in the right conditions, perfectly healthy, and you poke a needle into it, that's the end of that cell. It can never be put together. And if somehow a miracle happens and it's put together, it can't be alive. Once you're dead, you can't be put back together. And even if you're put back together, you're still dead. I mean, that's just simple. I don't know why atheists and evolutionists are still holding on to their so-called cherished theories. So first, most people have heard about natural selection. Now, nobody's arguing natural selection is not true. I mean, there's some aspects of natural selection that are true. I mean, there are mutations. Nobody's going to argue with that. I mean, some people just grew up without legs, without arms. That doesn't mean they don't need arms, but certain mutations caused by chemicals, radiations, etc. can cause the DNA to be mixed up, and that isn't very good. And in most cases, this leads to cancer or other diseases. But the problem is now that we know a lot more science today than in Darwin's time, 1859, we know that a mutation can't cause any information to be gained. I mean, you have information, but there's no information that you can gain. So you're only stuck with this thing, and then basically you're rearranging it. But you still have the same thing. I mean, if you expect me to believe that a reptile or amphibian can become a bird, reptiles don't have the information to become a bird. I mean, they don't have it. They don't have the information for wings. Then they'll never have. No matter how many mutations you can try. And a dog, you can't mutate a dog. Even if you mutate a dog a trillion times, it is still going to be a dog. You can't get it to the size of an elephant or turn it into an elephant. You can't. It's still a dog. Natural selection can't do that. So, now it's time to move away from biology and cosmology to an even deeper science. We're going to talk about fossils. In 1912, an amateur geologist by the name of Charles Dawson found a very interesting fossil in Pilton, England. As you see in this slideshow, here's a picture of the so-called Pilton man. His skull is normal human, but his jaw is very ape-like, and it would almost be convincing unless you knew the facts. In the early 1950s, a discovery was made. The Pilton man was a fraud. Apparently it had been attached. Somebody did that, and you might never know who did that. So that was one of the leading evidences for evolution. Even in the, evolutionists, skeptics, atheists were just hammering on this. This is evidence for evolution. It was on the New York Times. It was everywhere. So here is the most ridiculous one. The Nebraska man. Oh, this one is just ridiculous. All they found was a tooth. A tooth. A single tooth. And it somehow got the picture of the guy. It somehow knew what the guy looked like. And now, and before they were telling us, hey, we would know what his life looked like. From a tooth? It was later proven to be from an extinct pig. And there are lots of other examples. And in my next video, I'll talk more about them. But almost every single fossil, a so-called evolutionary fossil, is a fraud. And if it's not a fraud, it's not convincing at all. So thank you for watching this video. And I hope that you enjoyed it and that you learned something. Thank you for viewing. And expect my next video very soon. God bless you.